Towards the end of every year and every season, I like to go through my home and see what I can declutter and what we are no longer using. I'm putting it in a box that I will go through later. So join me today to see how much I can gather. This is my travel stuff. I like to put things in a bag for when I'm traveling, and I know I use all this for when we go somewhere. So I'm gonna keep this as is so it's ready just when we're ready to go. But I am going to get rid of quite a lot of this because for one, it's very old, and two, I just think I am over some of these colors. 7 items right there going. I just pulled out this drawer that we keep in our hall closet. Again, a lot of travel stuff, backup stuff, but I found 2 more things that I just never ever use. Eyelash curler, and then this is some sort of old foot scraper that I just, who knows where this has been. So I just saw in my husband's closet a broken hanger, so I think that can go. And then he had 3 of these belts, so I'm gonna get rid of these 2. He had told me before that I could declutter some of the extra belts, so I hadn't done it yet, so doing it now. I'm also throwing everything into this box right here, and I'm going to decide what I'm gonna do with it later. Some things will be donated, some things will become trash, recycled, sold possibly, so I'm not gonna worry about that now. I'm just putting it all in one area, one box, and then I will deal with everything later. As I finish reading books, I just keep a pile of the books I've already read. I was keeping this one for a while, thinking I might reread it, but I don't think I'm going to, and I'm good to let this go. Once I read something, I don't see the point in holding on to it any longer. I will probably never read it again, and I'm good to let it go. And a lot of the time I will buy books secondhand and then return them back to the secondhand store. I also like to support a local bookstore where it's all secondhand books, but you can actually return them for credit and then purchase more when you would like to. If you follow me over on my vlogging channel, which I will link down below, we've just redone a little bit of our kitchen here, and I'm going to donate this clock. I've decided I don't want it up there on the wall anymore. We already have 2 clocks, digital clocks in this room, so I don't think we need this anymore. I'm also going to get rid of this giant mirror. It was hanging right here in the kitchen, and with the way we've redone this, I just don't feel it's needed anymore, so I'm going to get rid of it. I did something kind of bizarre for a minimalist, I guess, or someone who wants to live clutter-free. I walked around my house to see if there was anywhere else I could use this mirror, and so just to say that sometimes it is hard to get rid of things, I kept thinking there's gotta be a place I can put this mirror, and there just is not a spot for it. So I'm gonna let it go, and again, I'm not gonna worry about where it's going yet. I'm just going to put it in the pile to be decluttered. Broken old fly swatter is going. This is all the baking stuff. I just pulled it out of this area just so I could see everything. We definitely don't need these. I'm not even sure how, why, or what we would have used these for. Definitely don't need them. Also, this tinier little bread pan we never use ever, so those can be donated. Unfortunately, not every purchase is what you think it's going to be. I had bought these measuring spoons to replace some that were all the measurements were wearing off, and I'd had them forever. But these are horrible. They're so flimsy, and I had no idea because they were in a package when I bought them, and I don't have the package anymore, so I can't return them. They're in perfect brand new condition, but I'm just not going to put up with these. They're so chintzy. So I'm gonna donate these and maybe somebody else can use them. We ended up getting 3 new games, so I decided we would get rid of Don't Break the Ice, since my boys actually said they don't really enjoy playing with it, and 2 puzzles. This one is really actually above their age range right now, and so I don't see the point in keeping it. It originally came from the thrift store, so I don't feel bad about that. And this one is really below them, so anyways, going to declutter these things as well because I like to use a 1 in, 1 out policy. Also, I had the best intentions with this organizer. My parents gave me this, I think. Definitely didn't buy this, but we were using it for Lego and it just wasn't working. And again, haven't used it for probably 6 months, so it's going. Here's something I try not to even let come in the house, but it's one of those promotional bags when you go to some kind of fun zone or something in the community, and I just let it come in. The kids really wanted to keep it, but then once they don't care anymore, I gather this type of stuff up and make sure it gets out of the house, because this is the type of stuff that creates a lot of clutter and can just build up and be shoved into drawers. And so this is the type of stuff that I really try to stay on top of. Just went through Grant's laundry with him, and he said these board shorts can go, and these few undershirts that don't fit anymore, and this nasty mask. And again, I'm just throwing it all in one box and I'm gonna sort through it later, but I just want to make it as simple as possible. And also I like to go through things with him kind of quickly once in a blue moon, because he tends to get overwhelmed when we do giant declutters. One trick I have for decluttering kids' toys is to gather up a bunch of stuff and set it aside, and if they don't ask for it, then I revisit it maybe 3 or 6 months later. So I had this box, and the reason why I gathered this stuff up is I think I was just frustrated one day and I thought I'm just gonna gather up everything I don't see them playing with. So my husband and I just went through the box, and we are gonna return this stuff to their room because we think they'll use it. We are going to get rid of some of this stuff that we never saw them playing with. I really like to reevaluate things right after Christmas and before the new year, because I feel like we do get a lot of gifts and things coming into our home and from friends, family, not just us buying it, and I don't want to have too much. So I find the things that they just don't play with and I declutter them, and I will probably give those to the thrift store because they're in excellent condition and another child can use them. I just asked my son if I can get rid of all these magnet things that you can build with. He said yes, because no one ever plays with these. We got these last Christmas, and it was just one of those things we had the best intentions of this being a fun thing for them to play with and build with, and it just, no one uses it, so we're gonna let this go. As I'm putting Christmas away, I've decided to declutter these 8 candles, taper candles, because I really just don't feel comfortable burning these type of candles in my home. And I did get some fake ones, so I'm going to add these to my declutter pile. 2 more things I decided to add to the pile are these scrapbooking books, papers that I've been keeping for a possible craft project, but I decided that it's just been too many years of keeping this and not using it, so I'm going to donate it since I'm no longer scrapbooking. Whenever I would go into a room or a closet, I would just kind of scan it and see what we are no longer using, what I don't want anymore. And I was able to fill up this box with about 40 plus little items here and there. And I am so excited that I was able to find this much, because I feel as though we've gone through our house so many different times and decluttered so much over the last few years that I'm always under the impression that there's no way I'll find more things to declutter. And then lo and behold, just a little bit of time here and there spent, I can always find just a few more items that we are no longer using. Because I was doing this over a week's time, I just shoved everything into this box and I've been storing it here. But when I get a second, I'm gonna go through it and pull out the things that can be donated. I have quite a few books that I want to give back to a local secondhand bookstore that I can usually get credit for. And then there are a few things that need to be recycled or put into the trash. This has just been kind of a holding area for all these things, but I feel as though I've gone through every room so far, and this is a big enough pile to now go and get rid of. I want to get this out of the house and get it sorted through now while I have a little bit of extra time before the baby gets here. If you're new to my channel, I would love for you to hit the subscribe button to join. I also have a vlogging channel where I share a lot more about our lives and recipes and fun projects that we're doing around our 1950s fixer-upper. So I will have that link down below. Thank you so much for joining me today, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye!